What is up guys, welcome to another video. So in this video I will go through the best ultra rare cars in the game, not including the prize cars. So again I had to cut a lot of the cars from this video, so any car that you see on the screen is a big keeper. So let's get started. The first car on this list is gonna be a Dodge. So it's just a second, it's this guy right here. So the Dodge Challenger GT all-wheel drive. It has a couple of unique properties for an American car. So it's all-wheel drive and it's gonna have really good grip. So when you upgrade it all the way up, it's gonna have 93 grip and do 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds with all-wheel drive. Also the medium ground clearance is there. So definitely grab it and keep it if you manage to get your hands on one. The next one is a Renault. So it's this guy right here. So Renault Sport Clio Cup car. So when you upgrade it all the way up, it's gonna have 5 seconds 0 to 60 and 98 grip. It also has okay mid-range acceleration for such a car. So for 19 RQ, definitely grab it and keep it if you ever can. The next car is the first off-roader on this list. So it's this guy right here. When you upgrade all the way up, it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds and have 85 grip. So 85 grip for 4-wheel drive car with all surface tires with 20 RQ and also high ground clearance is really good. So just keep it if you manage to get one. The next one is a 70s car, which also makes it really desirable. So it's Chevrolet Aerovette, I guess that's how you would pronounce it. So this car is going to do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, have 81 grip and 186 top speed. So definitely a dragster. So the upgrade part is 332.3. It also has good mid-range acceleration. The stats are great, and if you take into consideration that it's a 70s car, it gets even better. So just keep it if you can. The next one's a Caterham. So it's going to be the green one. 7360. So I'll just look at the weight and yeah, that's probably all. But 0 to 60 is gonna be 4 seconds and it's gonna have 93 grip. Definitely amazing for that kind of weight. Slaloms are gonna be a breeze. Uh, so the next car is gonna be a Mitsubishi. Where are my Mitsubishis? So it's the first Evo. So Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 1. So this thing is gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds and have 90 grip with 20 RQ and all surface tire, all wheel drive. So definitely amazing thing, just keep it if you can. The next car on the list is G-Wagon. So it's this guy right here. It's a really good complement to the off-roader with all surface tires, off-roaders like both of them that you get from the Career. And also it's gonna beat your dragster in pretty much everything except the when it comes to 1 mile drag and the top speed runs. So definitely great car and keep it if you can. The next car is a Porsche. So not the Renault. Oh, so many Porsches. It's the off-roader one, let me just find it. So the 924 Carrera GTS Rally Spec. So it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds and have 94 grip. It has off-road tires and also great mid-range acceleration like most of the Porsches do. So the next one is gonna be a Lotus. Let me just find my Lotuses. So it's this guy, the 340R. So it's pretty much like an upgrade to this one that you get from the Career, but it makes a lot of sense to have it next to it. The weight is amazing, like really amazing. Like this one is really good in corners and it has even more weight. So you can just imagine how good this one is gonna be, especially with the 3.8 second acceleration and 97 grip. Definitely an amazing like slalom car and something like that. So the next one is gonna be a Renault. So it's this Megane right here, the 275 Trophy R. So in this bracket, this is definitely the best hot hatch, because it's gonna do when you upgrade it all the way up, it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and have 98 grip. So 98 grip is definitely amazing, and it also has okay mid-range acceleration. I mean, it's better than most of the hot hatches around. The next two cars are two of the Japanese samurais. Where are my Nissans? So they're the Godzillas. So any Skyline that you can find, pretty much like any Evo you can find, just grab it and keep it. So you'll notice that one has better stats than the other. So when you take a look at R32, it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and have 90 grip. But R33 is gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds and have 91 grip. So one would assume that the R33 is better. I mean, it has better stats, but when it comes to R32, it has really monster mid-range acceleration. So just grab both and keep both if you ever can. They also have the innovative and street racer tags, so that also comes in handy. The next car is also a Nissan, so it's this off-roader. It's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds and have 90 grip. So definitely grab it and keep it if you can. The next two ones are also off-roaders. Where's my Infinity? Yep. So the first one is this one, QX30. So it's gonna do, when you upgrade it all the way up 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, which is not amazing, but it does have 86 grip, which is one of the best like car with the most grip in this bracket when it comes to all surface tires, four-wheel drive cars. And cost 21 RQ for, so 86 grip with all surface tires is definitely amazing in this bracket. It also has high ground clearance, so it's almost a true off-roader. The next car is also an Infinity, so it's this G37. So it's best real-wheel drive standard tires car in this bracket. It's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds and have 89 grip on standard tires. So definitely a keeper if you can ever get your hands on one. The next car is probably the best dragster in this bracket. So it's a TVR. So it's this one, the yellow one, the TVR Tamora. So it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds and have 83 grip. It also has 187 top speed when you upgrade it all the way up. So since it's a dragster, 2.3 is the upgrade path. And it has a monster mid-range acceleration. If you take a look at this guy, it's gonna have a bit slower acceleration, but it's gonna have a bit more top speed. But the yellow one has much better mid-range acceleration, making it much better dragster. Since they're both cars from the same brand and they're in the same decade, like the yellow one is better. But if you can get this one, only keep it. If you can't, if you have like if you have both, this one is definitely better. So the next car is again an Evo. Like I said, if you can find a red Evo, like Evo in this bracket, just grab it and keep it. So this Evo is gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds and have 94 grip with all-wheel drive. Definitely an amazing car. Probably the only better car with all-wheel drive in this bracket is actually a Chevrolet. So it's this grip monster. So it's gonna have 95 grip and do 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds with all-wheel drive. I mean, it does have lower top speed and the mid-range acceleration is also a bit lower, but it's simply amazing. So just grab it and keep it if you can. Another car that also comes from Chevy is the best off-roader in this bracket. So it's this Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. So when you upgrade this thing all the way up, it's gonna have 5.8 seconds 0 to 60 and 84 grip on off-road tires, all-wheel drive car with high ground clearance and all the assistances. One of the top off-roaders in game also. So if you can ever get your hands on one of these or even three of these, upgrade them all. They're definitely amazing. But you also need some cars for off-road that can do a bit faster acceleration and a bit grippier corners. So one of those is this guy right here, Ford Escort Rally Spec. So just like the two other off-roaders before, just grab it and keep it because it's really unique. It's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds and have 91 grip with off-road tires. The next car is also an off-roader. So it's Infiniti FX35. It's something like an upgrade to this one. It's gonna have one handling point less, so it's gonna have 85 grip, but it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds, which is definitely a good improvement. So this is the best like all-round off-road car you can get in this bracket with four-wheel drive. Definitely grab it and keep it if you can. But you also need like off-roaders that are specialized for some things, and the best in this range is this Range Rover, like 5 liters V8. So it's a dragster and it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with all surface tires and four-wheel drive. And it's also gonna have 74 grip, which is it's not good, but it's not bad either. But definitely when it comes to like hill climbs and quarter mile, half mile drags, even 1 mile drag, this is just amazing. Just keep it if you can. The next two cars, they are the best rain cars in this bracket. So the first one is a Cadillac. So it's this CTS Coupe. So when you upgrade this thing all the way up, it's gonna have 5.5 seconds acceleration and 87 grip, and it has all-wheel drive standard tires. So definitely a rain monster. The only car that comes close to it is this Honda. So it's gonna do 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds and have 86 grip. Again, four-wheel drive standard tires, so one grip point less, but a bit more acceleration. So they're probably toe to toe, but one is American and the other one is Japanese. If you had both, I would probably focus on upgrading this one first, because the Japanese events are more likely to have rain in my experience. So definitely grab both and keep both, upgrade both. So I mentioned I had to cut a lot of the cars from this video, and when I was making a list there were a massive amount of Porsche cars just dropping in there. So I literally cut them all except the off-roader, and I'm gonna mention them here. Like any Porsche car in this bracket, like all of these that you can get, they either have amazing stats or monster mid-range acceleration. Like I already flipped the three cars that have the best mid-range acceleration in all of this class, like all of the ultra rares. There are three Porsches. So if the car has amazing stats, just keep it for the stats. If the stats are not so amazing, then it has monster mid-range acceleration. And things like this one, they're amazing for 70s. So however you look at it, they're amazing. And one of them even has four-wheel drive and decent stats also. And it's also an 80s car. So any Porsche that you can get in this bracket, just grab it, keep it, and upgrade it, because it's simply an amazing car. So that's all for this list. And make sure to subscribe if you like my content, and drop a like if any of this helps you. So see you soon, guys, and bye bye.